Hey, disclaimer, I came out as non-binary on Twitter. As such, I'm changing my voice on YouTube. Mostly because my real voice hacking sucks, and I just thought I'd get this out of the way now so it's less of a shock when the video actually begins. Yeah, I can't think of a funny intro skit or anything this time. Just Slayer made a video talking about some kind of problem with the commentary community, and I'm just so tired by watching it, I can't think of anything clever. I'm sorry for what you're going to have to witness.
Plus, this has been happening rather recently, so I thought, what better time to say this than now? The thing I want to talk about is disassociating yourself from the CC. So when people say that they're disassociating themselves from the commentary community, they're basically saying that they'll still do commentaries, but they want to distance themselves from the CC for whatever reason it may be. However, I just find it to be pointless and ultimately counterproductive. The main reason is, what is the CC label used for? That's right, a group/community of commentators. Now, if you want to distance yourself from the CC, then you're basically going to have to distance yourself from said community of commentators. Yet people I see this with still associate with the same members of the CC.
I hate literally everything about how this is worded. This is the main reason I decided to make this video in the first place, because it is a counterproductive message that I've seen thrown around here and there. For those who don't understand what I'm talking about or don't understand Slayer's point, this practically translates down to, you can't consider yourself part of the commentary community yet still hang around the friends you've made there. Bullshit. I legit hate this. Oh, unless you distance yourself 100% from the community, then you shouldn't be hanging out with people from said community. I hate this. Do you understand just how silly this is, Slayer? Okay, here's a scenario. I'm part of a hypothetical community, yet I only have one person there who I consider a friend. I leave said community afterwards due to mental stress. Yet a friend of mine still stays in this hypothetical community. But because I'm distancing myself, I have to cut said friend out of my life. And before somebody makes a claim that you should associate, thereby meaning thereby still associating myself as part of the community, pay attention to the context of what Slayer said. That doesn't apply. Also, think about the ramifications that would have. Yeah, you see bro, I don't want to consider myself part of this community anymore, so I might start talking to you less and less. Despite how we can still connect over stuff outside of this community because you're still a member. This is what I see this statement as, regardless of if this was the meaning you were trying to get across or not. It's so easy to interpret it as this, and it's harmful not only to a person leaving a community, but the same to the members you used to associate with. Not to mention, in terms of commentaries, you can still make commentaries and not associate with members of the community, or like, contribute. Look at Manga Comment, he doesn't consider himself part of our commentary community. The last time he was ever involved in, like, commentary community-related stuff was, like, what, the stuff surrounding the commentary Bop did on him? And that wasn't even anything he technically started.
So at the end of the day, has anything really changed? I mean, you ditched the label. Okay, good for you. Have a cookie. Stick it up your yeah. Does that change anything? I mean, what was the difference between when you left the CC and when you were still in it? I would genuinely like to hear a reasonable explanation. Another thing that annoys me is the main reasons for people leaving the community. A majority of people leave due to drama within the CC. Yeah, fun fact, just because you say,
"Oh, I'm not in the community anymore,"
that doesn't automatically make the drama go away.
This is idiotic. So you know what it will help with? I don't know. Perhaps your own gosh darn mental health? You know, Slayer, not everything has to be done for the purpose of doing something to the community. People have lives outside of a role in the commentary community. Sure, the drama itself might not go away if you distance yourself. For all you know, leaving yourself can just cause more issues. But at the same time, doing so is better for one's own personal being. To get anecdotal, I've distanced myself more from the commentary community and gotten less interested in the daily drama that occurs in it. I have less stakes because talking from my own personal perspective, the community can drive me up the wall weekly. I'm leaving a link down below in the description of a twitlonger I made a while back showcasing all my main problems with the slideshow commentary community. One of the reasons I haven't released as much commentary-related stuff lately is because I myself have been slowly distancing myself away. Not distancing in terms of outright leaving, but just getting less involved in stuff relating to the community. Paying attention to less drama and distancing myself from the parts of the community that carry toxicity. And drama has lifted so much weight off my chest and I feel so much more content. Again, it might not stop the drama from occurring, but at that point, who cares? One will be far away from the drama if they distance themselves. It sounds like you're so obsessed with this community drama that you're putting aside the actual state said drama that can have on people. That's not good.
It also doesn't mean you won't hear about it in one way or another. Drama's gonna inevitably happen and there's nothing you can do to stop it.
Yes, but it doesn't mean that you'll end up getting involved if you distance yourself. TLDR, see my previous point. I'd also like to bring up how throughout the rest of this video, this is pretty much the only reason this Slayer gives people leaving or distancing themselves from the community. You are aware that isn't the main factor people have for distancing themselves, right? Maybe the idea of the community is having a bad effect on their mental state? The idea that it's turning somebody into what they don't want to become? Hell, remember the closing bracket and Ty's whole thing about treating other stuff like commentaries that really weren't?
How do you think commentaries changed you? Like, what did they do? Well, I guess when it comes down to it, usually when I find myself discussing things with someone, I guess I would forget that I'm not writing a script. Like, it's kind of hard for me to explain, but I found a connection between myself as a person and myself as a commentator, and not the type of connection I wanted. I would disclaim that no matter how much I riff or how jerkish I can be, I would do these because I would want those videos to have entertainment value, other than just telling someone, hey, this isn't all that good, and then cut the interjection right then and there. Take away the fact that I'm making a video and place me in a legit discussion or any sort of scenario that requires my input, and I noticed I would act just like how I would in my commentaries, and a little less peaceful. How would you expect me to have entertainment value in something like that? Surprise, not every situation calls for that, and before I left the community, I noticed certain moments where I treat something in the real world like I give my big speech tirade that didn't deserve it.
Dude, it's not as black and white as you're making it out to be.
I know that's a hard thing to hear, but it's the harsh reality of the situation. Now I know that a lot of people don't like drama, but what I have to say to that is, if drama gets too much for you, then maybe take a break for a few days and see how everything turns out. All dramas eventually die out. Also, you don't have to get involved with dramas. If you leave the CC because of dramas that you decide to shove yourself into, then that's all on you. Not to mention that leaving due to drama is kind of leaving due to a small minority of people. Think about it. What drama since the alt CC drama in 2017 has had everyone in the CC riled up? ImageGate, which only a slight amount of the community cared about? AvatarGate, which only 4 people in the community cared about? The Heaton drama? Well, that's actually the best example of the 3 I mentioned, but still, it's not everyone within the CC, so you're essentially leaving due to only a certain selection of people.
You know, if I could just take a response made to this on Twitter to point out the flaw. Ah shit, I almost forgot another big issue. Saying that people are dumb for leaving the CC because of a select few people, but directs this message at people leaving the CC while only using a few select people to box everyone in who leaves the CC with no nuance whatsoever.
So this is what I have to say in this whole situation. If you want to disassociate yourself from the CC, fine. But just know this. Is anything at all going to change?
What the... You know what? Frick it, I'm not even gonna sugarcoat it. This whole entire video is actually awful. I dislike everything this represents. It throws this whole entire us versus them mentality out there. Either you leave and cut out all of your friends, or you don't. Therefore, you're part of the problem. This is the commentary community, not some kind of cult. There is literally no nuance in this video either. This feels less subjective and more like putting some kind of arbitrary rule in the commentary community. A community that doesn't need rules to begin with. In fact, I talked about this on Twitter, but let me elaborate further. This could actually be harmful to those who see it rather than helpful. What if, say, I was somebody being badly affected by drama and wanted to disassociate myself from the community as a whole? Then I saw this video. Well, yes, what I say here is hypothetical. That could very well end up scaring somebody from wanting to do so, because then they'd feel they'd have to lose all of their friends in doing so, which, funny enough, is counterproductive, because that would cause more drama. Mental drama! This video is the furthest thing from constructive and only goes to harm the community rather than help it. One may be asking why I'm talking about such an old video. Well, here's the thing. Slayer ended up bringing this video up on Twitter earlier, saying, I think this video is more relevant now, I'll always stand by it no matter what. So, to me, this is still fair game. Frankly, I don't think there's any advice I could give Slayer in particular, except for maybe go into situations with less of a bias. Because again, the lack of nuance is kind of obvious throughout this whole entire video. As for those watching this though, don't follow this advice. Please don't follow this advice. Listening to it will only make your experiences more miserable, and nobody wants that. Nobody really wants that.